Who surprised you more, Joe or Alicia, with their 10K performance?
I don't, you know, like, I guess I was very confident with both of them.
Hmm.
Alicia surprised me with how, like, she went absolutely to the well. I mean, Joe was very locked in, very focused. I don't say it didn't take a lot out of him because it did, like, emotionally, and it was a 27:58 race. But like, I mean, like those three guys were well clear. Like, I mean, they can close, like, and
Hmm.
Joe is so strong. Um, Alicia, like she had to really stay there in the moment. As like I had to tell her, like, look, what's going to happen is like people are just going to all of a sudden pop off like the back. Like it's just going to happen, and it could be a long time, but I figured it would be a relatively hard pace, like at some point, but it was very early on, and she just, I mean, she said at 8 laps to go, she knew she was going to be in trouble, like,
Hmm.
and I mean, to be able to put out that kind of performance when you're, I mean, there's something very special there, like, and Joe, I think he honestly, like he just believed in his ability, I think, so much, and so like they just both had something special about them like that. And so while it was completely different races, um, they both showed up, and that was just, like those are the two, and that's the first guy and first woman that we signed on the team. And I mean, looking at our team now with Ali and Joe and Alicia, and I mean, like we've just identified the right people, and
Hmm.
we saw things in them not necessarily just because of where they were at in college, but like mindsets and potential. And so I think we recruited the right people in, and but they stuck true to it the whole time, which was pretty incredible.
Can you tell me more about that process? Because someone like Joe didn't win an NCAA title, so I'm assuming there'd be other people there that you guys could sign with. I mean, I know Alicia won one and she was in the mix for many others. How do you ID talent beyond the PBs and the championship record?
Yeah, it's hard, like especially nowadays we look at things like I mean, times are great, like if you run fast, we know you're talented, but uh, if you can be competitive and you show up every time, like Joe has not had a bad race,
Hmm.
like, and there's something about that even with him in college where we said, this guy shows up every time. Now I'm not saying he's surprising me but he is very fast, which is a lot of people just maybe don't think he is. They think, oh, he's going to, his mom was an Olympian in the marathon and his dad was an ultra runner. He runs and trains a lot. He's going to be a marathoner, and he will. Like I'm saying, like he will. He's that kind of guy. Like, but not for a while, and he's got a big future on the track first. And so like he was someone we saw that was very consistent like that, and could show up like day in and day out, which I think is just that's just a the consistency is king, like in especially in post collegiate running when you're out of that maybe super tight schedule like you are in college, right? But I mean, Alicia, like I mean, she was young, like she won Milrose when ran 8:45 when she was 20 years old, and so she didn't have a linear, collegiate career. Like there was a lot of, she had some injuries and stuff, but we saw her and was like, there's something special there, and if we can get her here, get her healthy all the time. I mean, she has, that kind of generational type talent, and so, but mentally, like, you know, it's surprised me even what she's capable of, honestly. And so, so she's they're both something really special. And like someone like Ali, I think he won NCAA's when he was, gosh, I mean he was only a sophomore, so he didn't have his last season, and something went a little bit wrong maybe his junior year, but the talent was there. And but you can see like he hates to lose. He's got a fighter mentality, in there, and that's something that's super special. I think we're seeing that now in all of his races. And Jordy Beamish, he never ran more than 40, like seriously 40 miles a week probably, so
Yeah.
like like our goal with him, like he's not going to be in Tokyo. But I told him, look, if you run, let's just get you healthy for a year, and the sky is the limit for him. And he is pain-free running, which is something he hasn't had in 5 years. And Leah, I knew that there was something special, there with her. Like, it's just, like I've worked with her enough to, I mean, obviously she was NCAA champion, but like building her back to where she is now, like, yeah. So I mean, like all of them that we have, everybody else has something special. I could go on about each one of them forever, but like, but really they do bring something different to the table, each one of them.